first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway.
Khalil Herbert to return it from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive.
Well, they'll be led out by the second-year man from The Ohio State University, Justin Fields.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be second and a couple.
Here's Fields.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The free safety, Malik Hooker, there in coverage.
But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line.
Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest, and I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rest as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. That's caught, and again it's Goodwin.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. So we just the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. To throw is Prescott.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Prescott to throw it. Toward the pylon. Caught. Touchdown. CeeDee Lamb from 10 yards out. And the Cowboys are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, but now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning into points on their side. So now you've got a team working together, and you got the crowd involved, fully on their side in this ballgame.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? We're on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round of the playoff. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
Becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Fields.
And he will go down. A Cowboy sack.
Micah Parsons,
the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20.
Fields going to keep it once more.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 42. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
Off play action, Fields.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
Darnell Mooney,
42 yards.
And the Bears are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this out to the 25. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Able to hit his target, Lamb.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Prescott on 3rd and 2.
Open man, Lamb. It's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. We're only in the 1st quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
7-7, our score after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They go to Elliott again. Good footwork at the 30. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
To the sideline, and that's well done. Flag the feet, he's going to have the 1st down.
And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have 1 challenge remaining.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Prescott. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Here we go, 46.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Herbert. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need to score here, not just to follow the momentum from the left drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Open man is born, and he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. And here's Trenton Gill on to punt. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Prescott on 1st down. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. From the 45 on 2nd down. Prescott right back to his running back, Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Well, that was pretty. Sidestepping defenders on his way to a pickup of 9 yards. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. On play action, Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
A dump off to Elliott. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at about the Bears 17. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now Prescott. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Goodwin. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. On 4th down, Prescott goes off, and on comes the Cowboy kicker, Brett Maher, for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Maher able to put this one through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Taken at the goal line.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. But now the Bears coming out as they get ready. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. And they'll begin by running the option. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. Now it's Fields. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Fields throwing again. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Fields got the connection here to Bourne. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fields. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the 1st half. 3rd and long. It's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. They snap it to Fields. Completion here to Claypool. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. A 1st down throw for Prescott. That's caught again by Schultz. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right. So well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. 2nd half action back underway. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. But Dak Prescott probably not the
first name you think of in terms of strongest arms in the NFL, but he showed it off there.
First down, Prescott. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. A pretty decent gain on the tough run before he's brought down at the 25. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down. Now Elliott pushes him over. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 65 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Second and goal from inside the 5. Again, it's Elliott. And this time he'll run into a wall right at the 4-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal. A big one coming in this divisional round playoff. Third and goal. Prescott down. Steps away to his left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, but he opted for the touchback. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Fields to Kmet there for a Chicago first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And again back to Kmet. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw taken in by Bourne. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain, or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. To throw is Fields. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and the deficit will hold pat at 13. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. Again, it's Elliott. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 78 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Now Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. To throw is Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. To the air again, Prescott. Goodwin able to, and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Fields throw complete here to Kmet. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Back to throw. Fields. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. We'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. Now Fields. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet, and he will have the Bears 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Fields now to throw. And that nearly their 1st pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Throwing again is Fields. Caught here by Griffin. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Fields. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Micah Parsons able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. 4th down. Fields has to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Prescott. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And they will score a pick 6 for the Bears touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And now here come the Cowboys. And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
Man, it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to the hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Inside give to Elliott. And some room to maneuver. 109 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll go down at the 26, having a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Prescott from the gun. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Matthew Adams. And the Bears are right back in this football game. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. The drive will start with an option going left. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. On 4th down, Fields. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And he's got it. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round. And they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Fields. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. On 2nd and 10, Fields finding Bourne here over the middle. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Give him 32 on the play. So the Bears with a football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Now a 1st down throw, Fields.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
He's going to have the 1st down and more than that. And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. This one swung out to Montgomery.
Touchdown, Bears!
David Montgomery, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Santos with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So a 7-point game, they'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
Dak going to hand it to Elliott on the option.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Here's Prescott. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Now Fields.
This one to Bourne out on the left side. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down.
Back to throw. Fields. Open man. Completes it to Claypool.
A huge play there for Chicago. 43 yards. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on, and he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
This fielded right at the goal line.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Well, what a game this has been, and now overtime will decide who goes on to play in the NFC Championship.
From the 6.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And CD, we get to see the debut of the brand new postseason overtime rules. Now, as everybody is learning, both teams are going to be guaranteed an offensive possession. So they might get the ball first here, but a touchdown does not right away win the game.
And we saw many marker games along the way that sparked a lot of conversation. But the Buffalo-Kansas City game in the 2022 playoffs, that really brought about this rule change. What an amazing game, a true classic. Ended in overtime without Buffalo getting a shot with the football, and the people didn't like that at all. So starting this season, if you make the playoffs, you'll get a chance to answer if the other team scores first, and that way you get a chance to keep a great game as well as your hopes alive as you chase the big prize.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here.
Oh, what a juke into space. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
They are into field goal range, but definitely thinking touchdown as they come up 1st and 10.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. From the 17, Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Well, things now, Charles, looking pretty good here. A great opportunity to try to cash in for 6 on the opening possession of overtime.
And what I'm liking, Brandon, is what I see down on the sidelines. I see a defense huddled up and ready to go, already preparing for their opportunity to go on the field and close out this game.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys.
And Charles, that touchdown alone doesn't win him the game anymore with the rule changes in overtime of the postseason, but they still went down, scored, got the job done, and now they put it in the hands of their defense.
And with the other side now guaranteed an overtime possession, getting that score was vital. The pressure's now on their opponent, and their defense, they have to play off the momentum the offense generated. One stop, and they end this game.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, CD, in the regular season, they would already be celebrating. Not so simple here in the playoffs. Now they also need to make a defensive stand if they want to pick up the victory.
Yeah, I'm sure the team would be in favor of just taking the win right now, but in a small way, those defenders also kind of happy for the rule change because now, on the big stage of postseason, they're the ones who can come out here and lock down the victory.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Nervous time now, moving the chains, an absolute must. Here's third down. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down. They snap it to Fields. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Well, CD, they had the overtime answer. Now the question, do they tie it or go for the win?
Well, the teams already knew. The best teams, they made up their minds before they got to the end zone whether they were going to go for 2 or go for the tie.
Fields trying to throw for it toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And Charles, if you're the coach of the losing team, even though you made it to the playoffs and there's part of that that feels good, what do you say to your guys after?
I think you probably tell them how proud you are of them to make the effort to get to this game and then point them towards the future. If we're good enough to get here, all we got to do is work harder, be better, and we can be good enough to go farther next season. How many times have we seen a team lose in the playoffs